Check 1, 2.
Oh yeah, I can
Check
hear
1,
it.
2. I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I got headphones on, very professional.
Ooh.
I think these headphones were for people with really small heads. I feel like a cyborg. Like,
Are they big?
it's one earpiece,
Yeah, okay.
and then it wraps around my head.
Nice.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, it's working.
All right.
All right, so you got some stuff for today, DDT?
I got one thing, yeah. I got one little thing.
One thing.
Yeah.
Well, I know from what I hear, you have one little thing.
One little thing, yeah.
What do you got for the show today? Anything?
Yeah, that one little thing.
I was thinking of something else totally.
No. What you got?
I have a few notes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a rough show. Obviously, the audience is gonna pick up the fact that we're 500 kilometers away.
Yeah.
We're back pandemic style here.
Yeah. Even further.
And even further.
Yeah.
And I got, oh my God, what was I going to talk about? Oh, I got a good Duff's pick, actually. A good Duff's pick.
Yeah, I'm going to follow up on that too.
And okay, you don't even know what it is, though.
No.
Should I even tell you now before the podcast, or just surprise you as well?
Yeah, just surprised.
Okay, it's a good one. And then I'm just going to talk about the busy week and the windows and maybe the wedding yesterday and all that, and how this podcast only really came together,
like now
gave us the momentum to do. Well, no, but I just mean like I wasn't even planning to do one, and then I told you about a bunch of folks in at work expecting it.
Yes.
So it's like we're totally doing this for our good listeners today because they're expecting it, and that's a point we need to get across today.
Yeah, well,
during the show.
For sure, it's my fault because I guess I'll apologize for that. That we're 500 kilometers away.
That you're stuck in Sudbury again.
Yeah.
Should have just sent your family and stayed home to do the podcast.
I considered that. I considered it. At least you didn't have to buy me a coffee this time.
I didn't. Yeah. I just rolled over to McDonald's there, the one close to home, and the lineup was right back into the gas station. I kid you not.
Yeah.
So I just did a quick U-turn and went right back, and I parked in, what do they call that? Curbside number 2.
Okay.
And I swear the guy had the coffee out to my car before I saw one car drive away from the drive-thru.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was super good. So I'm totally doing that every time.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's gold. We gotta retell that whole part once the show fires out. Yeah. So you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. I'm ready. Let's go.
Warning. This podcast will be an injurious waste of your time. Warning. This podcast will be an injurious waste of your time.
Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please.
There you go, DDT. Medium with 2 sugar.
Duff, how are you? I didn't get a medium with 2 sugar.
Obviously, I'm kidding. Yeah, we're 500 kilometers away today on Thanksgiving Sunday.
Exactly. I'm up in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada.
Good God, did you lose a bet or something?
No, not at all. No.
Well, what forced you up there?
It's Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. For all our Podbeansky listeners. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Now, why not the 2 sugar? What's going on there?
Well, I got my own coffee.
As you slurp for the audience to hear?
I got my own coffee. I made it here. I didn't go
You don't put sugar in it?
I do.
But you don't.
It's not a medium.
Okay,
though.
so it's the same coffee.
It's coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not a medium. Yeah.
It's like a cappuccino. It's like a little wee thumble of coffee.
It's an espresso. Exactly.
Espresso. Espresso or espresso?
S-E-S. Espresso.
Espresso.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just wonderful. So what do we have on the show today, DDT?
Well, I guess I'll have to apologize to our good listener just because we are 500 kilometers away from each other, and we're doing this virtually today, so I don't know how good this is going to turn out. With all the internet breakups and all that stuff that plays havoc on these things. But we'll muddle through it, so I apologize to the good listener for that. And then you might hear a little bit of action in the background here as I'm doing it in the bedroom.
Well, from my end in the Broadwood studio of Cop Car Coffee here on Podbean, you sound a bit robotic to me at times. But the good thing is you do all the legwork on this. So if everything sounds decent on your end, you can make my contributions sound professional, then I think we're going to have another one of those good shows, from like the depth of the pandemic when Uncle Doug forced us into our basements to do this sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. We'll give it a shot and see how it goes, and then by next weekend we'll be back, hopefully together and doing this not virtually, because you're only as good as your internet connection, unfortunately.
We'll be back outside in a garage or somewhere.
Yeah, well, my garage cave.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
that works. So you did apologize. That was your apology. Was that your one thing you wanted to share today?
No, it was not. No.
Okay, so you're gonna save your one thing till later?
Yeah, or I can bring it up now.
I can. Well, what do you think? You're the producer.
Okay. Here's my one thing that we discussed beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Which I don't know about. You just said you had one thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think we've ever talked about it before. And so I don't remember ever asking you about this. And maybe we did, but I don't remember. But how did you get the name?
It's exciting. This could be a new weekly segment.
I don't think so. I think this is only a one-off. It's a one-off.
Okay.
But last night, thinking about what I was going to talk about on the podcast today, which is like things I should have done but don't, but I actually did last night. Yeah, I actually did think of something. I was like, what am I going to talk about? You know what? I don't even think I know how I got the name Duffy. How? I don't think we ever discussed that.
You don't even know?
I don't know.
You don't know how I got the name Duffy?
No.
Huh.
No. How did you get the name Duffy? Is that too personal?
That's a great question. I definitely was not ready for that.
No.
My old man Ziggy.
Ziggy, yeah, that's a good one.
Which is his.
Love that.
Which is his nickname.
Yeah.
Ziggy, I guess, was called Duff from time to time growing up.
Okay.
And he liked the name. Thank God he didn't call me Ziggy as my middle name. But yeah, Duff is my middle name. Yeah, Duff's my middle name. And I think it is. It's my legal middle name, Duffy. Oh, wow. So I think my parents took a little bit of heat for that as well, being a strong Irish Catholic family back in the early 70s when I was born. I was probably the only kid without a saint's name as a middle name in like the city or the Catholic world for that matter, right? Like how many Catholics don't have a saint middle name, right? So I don't know what this is about me. Maybe I'm not that saintly. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't deserving. Maybe my parents knew something. Hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a wicked segue, man. Duff's pick this week. Did you know that? Oh. It has a lot to do with the whole saint Catholic thing I was just talking about.
Ah, okay. But so just before you get into your Duff's pick then, so on your birth certificate, it says Clint Duffy Monahan.
Oh, so we're just throwing real names out there today, are we? Yeah, we are.
Okay, let me...
Why, yes, Darcy. That is what it says. Duffy Monahan. You got it. Yeah, that's the middle name.
I think you've called me. I think you've used my first name on the podcast like multiple times in the past.
Very, 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 very few times.
Well, like you said, it's a
all right. So you ready for
Duff's pick?
Yeah. So listen to Duff's pick here, okay? So, well, the last Duff's pick, right? I don't know how far we got on Squid Games, but
Squid Game. You know what?
I'm still enjoying.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Did you get into that at all?
I did. I started watching it the other like Monday night last week, this past week, and I was like, oh, this is actually really, really good. So I've been watching Squid Game, or as I call it with my son, Squidoo, because he actually been watching it off and on with me as well. But like it's I'm enjoying the show. Now, I didn't realize, like I should have known this going, onto Netflix. You can change the audio settings on it so that you don't get the English overdub. You get the actual actors' voices with the text on screen. But I started watching with the overdub, and you're right.
That might be better. Yeah, because remember we talked about the crazy dubbing? Like, oh man.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind it. I just think it's a really unique show. Yeah.
Yeah. So I you know what? But here's the thing. So I figured that out on Thursday night, and so I went in and changed it, and now I couldn't watch it with the text on screen. I had to go back because I was so used to watching it with the bad overdub that going back, doing it the right way I should have done in the first place was not working out.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll freshen it up then with a new pick. Okay? Again from Netflix. I don't know. Should almost call it Dufflix because it seems most of our calls are coming from Netflix. Okay, it's called Midnight Mass. Oh. Midnight Mass. So TV horror, but it's not really. The descriptions are off for sure. Okay. The arrival of a charismatic young priest brings glorious miracles, ominous mysteries, and renewed religious fervor to a dying town desperate to believe. Starring Kate Siegel, Zach Gifford, Hamish Linklater. That's
sure about that?
I think that's actually the main guy. Actually,
okay.
Yeah. He's great. The characterization of this priest is fantastic. It pulled me in right away. Like this was like oh man, I remember one of my earlier Duff's picks. Remember how we talk about some series it takes a few episodes to get in? Yeah. Like Breaking Bad was like that for me. One of my favorite series ever. But it literally took me 3 or 4 episodes. And then I couldn't get away from it. This one, first one, boom. Like you get right into it right away because you start seeing some neat, freaky stuff. And I'd say it's like 99% real. And then that 1% of the horror sort of fantasy supernatural stuff is just a bit there, which is a perfect mix. Okay. Because I can't stand shows that are, really heavy on the supernatural. Right. And it becomes almost like a fairy tale or something. No. This is like pretty real. Great characterization, and we're probably 5 episodes in, and they all relate to basically the segments of the Bible. Like that's the other thing. Why it may not be for everybody. There's a tremendous amount of scripture recitation, if that's a word. There's a lot of that in this show, and there's a lot of actual footages of at the mass, and it shows this guy eulogizing like a lot. Okay, it's neat. Yeah, it's neat, but it's really good. I 100% Duff's pick. Best new show I've browsed in the last 7 days for sure. Okay, because I actually read the description as I was browsing titles on Netflix. So I stopped over that, read that description. How close was I to the description? Well, didn't you read it word for word? Well, I wrote it up actually. I think it was. That was my own original write-up. Oh, no. Was it really? Yeah, I think then you were pretty darn close. No, because you were bang on. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm a good reader then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, perfect. You're a good plagiarizer. Oh, ooh. That's strong. That's strong. Okay. What was the name of the show again? Duff's pick of the week is. Duff's pick for season 2, episode 3 is Midnight Mass on Netflix.
Midnight Mass on Netflix.
Highly recommended.
Okay, cool. Because
so if you can't, so Dino and some of our other listeners, if you can't make it out to Mass in person, check it out on Netflix. Midnight Mass.
Somehow that should not replace actually going to church, but okay.
It should never replace the in-person visit for sure.
That's right. So just DDT's pick of the week.
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, interestingly enough, after I had watched one episode of Squid Game, I had seen.
Yeah.
So I had seen.
So did you fall asleep? Did you fall asleep like I did?
I fell asleep actually on like the second or third night, in like episode like 3 or something like that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Were you starting a marathon? You did like 1, 2, 3 in a row?
I did like one. I did one on like Monday night. Episode 1 on Monday night. I did episode 2. I think it was like early Tuesday evening, like around 6 or 7. We were watching with my son. And then episode 3, I started later that night, and that's when I fell asleep halfway through. So I had to go back and we rewatch it. But after the first episode, you go back to the main page there on Netflix where all the titles are, and I saw this one title,
right,
which I had heard about this show a while ago, but I hadn't seen the title until now, which was DDT's pick is Formula One Drive to Survive. So
saw it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you watch it, or did you just see the title there?
I did not watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a massive car racing fan, but I love the world of it. Like I love the culture and the whole event surrounding an F1 race. Like when an F1 event rolls into town, it's like a tsunami over the whole city for like a week and a half, eh?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm hoping. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I hope the series highlights all that stuff around the race, eh?
It does.
The money, the partying.
It does have some of that in it, yeah. Like, especially the episode about Monaco. The Monaco GP. That's.
Hope it highlights all the good, all the nice philanthropic stuff the F1 does with the world to share their wealth and things like that.
Do they do that? I didn't see that in the.
I don't know.
In the show
Maybe
yet.
they do. Maybe they do. But one of the first things that comes to my mind when I think of the F1 is just wealth, extreme wealth, right?
I mean, it takes,
like if it's not the most.
Yeah.
Takes what?
It takes like $500 million to run an F. If you're like one of the top teams, like this comes out in the show, but if you're like a Ferrari or maybe even a McLaren or one of the top teams, it takes $500 million per season to run the team. If you're a lower down team, like there was a team on this one, so the show they documented it in 2018, so it's going back 3 years. And there's a team, there's a team called Force India there, which is privately owned, and most of them obviously are privately owned. But he was saying, the owner of that was saying that basically his team, to run his F1 team over the season is about $150 million per season, whereas the top teams are $500 million per season. So, and he's up. He's like, it's like David versus Goliath, right? Like.
Yeah. But it goes to show, like, nobody's... Well, I don't even know. I was going to say nobody does this to lose money, but I bet you some maybe do at the bottom. But those top teams, if it's costing them $500 million to run the season, what are they pulling in? $1 billion? Like, they're making money, right?
They're making money, in the top teams through sponsorships and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Like.
Yeah, it must be insane.
Yeah. So, yeah.
No, I am, it's funny how Netflix will identify what one is interested in, eh? And that's one of my top picks, like, according to Netflix, is they keep throwing that F1 icon at me. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out at some point. But it's weird because I haven't really watched anything related to that. in a long time. Like, I don't know. I like the what do you call it? Kind of the real drama sports sort of series. I can't even remember what the last one is I watched, but they had this one about the guy that buys his son the hockey team. You must have saw that.
Oh, I didn't see that one. No.
It's one of them. The title was called oh my God, The Malice at the Palace or something, and it just talked about all the brutal events that happened in Detroit at the Palace through the basketball team, and how there was a wicked brawl, I think, between them and Indiana at some point.
Okay.
And it was focusing on all the personalities around that. And then there was another show. This is good stuff, actually. Maybe this should have been a first pick, maybe, but the next show in the series was on a guy that bought his son a minor league hockey team.
Oh.
And it basically turned into like a gong show. It was like the friggin' Slapshot team, but for real.
Right.
And they were just about getting attention through violence in the game. It was crazy.
Oh, geez.
Really neat show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I watched a couple of those recently, so maybe that's the link. That's the Netflix algorithm that's tying me into the F1 stuff. I don't know.
Well, it's interesting because I don't know why it came up on my feed, because you know, most of my stuff has been like watching whatever Duff's picks are every week. But it came up as a trending, I think.
Yes.
So I think that's
Oh,
why.
okay. Like everyone's watching it. Yeah, that's true.
So I guess we've watched a couple of trending videos, so that's maybe why it came up. But I've always been interested in F1. You know, I haven't watched it in over the last number of years. But, you know, I used to go to the races. My buddies and I would make our way down back in the early 80s and mid-80s down to Montreal. Circuit
Jerry Park.
Yeah, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And
Gilles Villeneuve.
That's what it's called now, I think. I don't even remember what it was called back in the day, but we'd do a day.
Now are they still making? Are they still making Montreal a pit stop on the tour?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it was.
It's not triggering. It's not triggering my memory recently though. Like, was it maybe canceled?
I think it was
recently because of COVID or what?
I think it was canceled at least 1 year anyway, a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, because they couldn't get it together, I don't think. But I think recently it's been back on the stop.
Good.
Yeah.
Because you know how dangerous it must be, like the risk of catching COVID when you're in a car going 300 kilometers an hour against other people in other cars going 300 kilometers an hour. Like, you never know.
Well, yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have.
Not that there's any other things to worry about.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you got your helmet on, and you know, it's not as good as having a mask. So.
Well, maybe they had to wear them. Maybe if they wore the mask, they could let the race go.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, and all for the fans standing outside. Yeah, that's, you know.
Yeah.
It's not good either. But back in the day.
Now, did I tell you? Yeah.
So I was just going to say, back in the day, when we started going to the F1 in Montreal in like the 80s, like they had no restrictions almost. The only place that you couldn't go was in the pits. But other than that, you could go almost anywhere you wanted. Yeah, and I remember waiting.
You could go stand. You could go stand like on one side of the Jersey barrier, and have the car going 300 kilometers an hour, like 3-5 inches away from you.
Well, you couldn't go on the inside.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, almost, because you could stand right up against the
that's what I mean. The fence.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't have any restrictions. And I remember waiting down by, like, just past the pits where the drivers would walk going back to have lunch and stuff like that, and you could wait there and they'd all walk by you. So I got a bunch of signatures, and then 1 year that completely did a 180 and changed, and that's probably when I stopped going after 1 or 2 seasons of really poor security. Like they stopped you from going anywhere, and it was like, this is no fun.
Isn't it interesting how things have changed like that, eh? I remember just on the race car angle here, me and some buddies, we went to Florida, right, around, let's say, 1990.
Yeah.
And we went to Daytona Beach, March break. We actually did it a few years in a row. Lots of fun. There's some stories we need to discuss on the podcast someday. But anyhow, we get down there, and I'll parallel it to the story when our family went a year ago. In March, I guess 2019. Anyways, back around 1990, we took Mom's Cougar right up to the entrance of the Daytona Speedway. Okay.
Yeah.
Now back then it was neat. There was the full 110,000 seat stadium, whatever, and there wasn't a ton of stuff around it. I actually remember a mini putt course, a driving range, and not much else. Like, you were literally a couple miles from Daytona Beach Center City, right? And we got out of the car, we walked out onto the track, no one around anywhere. We're just walking around, and we're like looking at how steep the bank is, right on the curves.
Yeah.
It's like 30 degrees or something. Super cool just to see it in person, because you never really appreciate it watching it on TV. And then this old guy finally comes walking up to us. Hey, boys, what's going on? We're like, oh, we're from Canada. We're just checking out the track. And he's talking to us, and we're answering all our questions and that. And we're like, do you think we could take the car around the track? And he doesn't laugh at us. He doesn't say no right away.
Yeah.
He thinks about it, and he's like, we used to let people do that. But like but he's like, recently someone took their car out there. They got it all smashed up on a turn. So, we're looking at our policies, and we're not sure. So, you know what? I don't think so. It's like we missed it by a year. Yeah. We could have maybe went out and literally took our car around the track.
Yeah.
So now fast forward to 2019, we're down there. The whole city has grown up around this track, and you can't get anywhere close to it without security guards or being on a bus.
Yeah.
And we got the full tour. It was amazing. Like, they take you out on the track, they drive around, you get to feel the bus tipping over. Like, it was amazing. And they've figured out how to make money off all that interest. Yeah, but it was, it was amazing. Super cool.
You know what? I thought it would have been fantastic. You said the Cougar, Mercury Cougar, I guess. Was that the two-door? It was a red Mercury Cougar 2-door. Yeah, that would have been awesome if you had taken that thing on the track. I remember
that would
those
have been
cars,
epic,
man.
eh?
Oh yeah, for sure. That would have been.
You do, eh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, it was epic enough just driving that thing to Florida, man. It was a blast.
Was it a 5 liter?
Lots of fun.
I think you could get those in the 5 liter V8.
Oh God, I couldn't tell you. Okay. I have no idea. Rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
Low riding cars, fun. Yeah, fun cars.
Yeah, that would have been epic if you got that on the track for sure. That's too bad.
Oh God.
Oh well, what can you do?
Yeah, good times.
Warning, the next part of the podcast is a major injurious waste of your time. Warning, the next part of the podcast is a major injurious waste of your time.
Maybe we need to devote some future segments to the sport of auto racing, eh?
Yeah, or just the cars that we've had in the past.
The cars that we've had, yeah. That could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy, sorry, I hijacked the conversation with my DDT's pick because I know you had a bunch of other stuff.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it's all about. You never know. You never know where it's going to go on Cop Car Coffee here on Podbean.
So just to recap, DDT's pick is on Netflix.
You know what it could be?
Drive
You know what it could be?
What's that?
Yeah, for sure. Nice and crisp. But what I'm saying is Duff's pick in the future.
Yeah.
And then DD's pick. Yeah. But it could almost be DDT's something that leads off somewhere else. Okay? Like instead of just an open closed segment, it's DDT's inspirational talking point that could take us anywhere.
It might not. It'd be like, it wouldn't be inspirational, that's for sure.
Or I don't know what's DDT's something that just leads somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
That's all. Because look where that took us today. Yeah. I don't even remember what your original point was, but we ended up talking about, car racing. And your point was, the F1.
Yeah.
But look where it took us, eh?
Yeah.
It took us to Duff's Cougar in 1990 down at Daytona Beach. How cool is that?
Yeah. Well, it took us to another potential segment, which was our cars of the past. Like, what did you own and what was,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. Not this show.
You know what I'm still kicking myself about is when our family was down there in March 2019, I guess.
Yeah.
They had a gift shop, as they always do at anywhere now, right?
Oh, yeah.
A gift shop, and you're looking around the gift shop, and everything is stupidly overpriced. But they had this giant bin of Goodyear tires that were used on the track. Oh. Like the nice, I don't know what size they would have been, like the real race cars. So maybe, 18-inch tires, let's say. Right. Like maybe, well, not that much bigger than just a normal car tire, but quite wide, right?
Yeah.
They were all used, and how much do you think they were going for?
Oh, God. Probably massively expensive, I imagine. Like
no.
$100?
I think they were like like $5 a tire.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah, because I guess they're pretty much a waste product, and if it's anything like Ontario regulations, like you gotta pay to have your tires disposed of or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they were like giving them away. It was kind of a win-win, right? Like if they had to pay $5 a tire to have them disposed, but someone comes in and gives you $5, right?
And then it's
a nice problem. Swing. Yeah, but I'm upset that I didn't grab a couple, because I do know a few fans that they'd look perfect in an office or something, right? Just sitting there. Especially if they were signed by a racer. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, well then that might be $100 per tire if they signed them.
Yeah. But it's funny, you go to the Scotiabank to the Sens games and you see all their old sticks lined up in their shop.
Yeah.
They're not selling those sticks at $5 a stick, I tell you.
No.
Those stupid things are going for like $100 a stick.
Yeah.
And they're like from some, third line player that barely cracks the Sens lineup. Like, really? I'm paying $100 for like Christoph Schubert's stick? Like, come on.
Imagine if you wanted to buy Daniel Alfredsson's stick. How much?
Exactly. Yeah. So those sticks never made it in there. Like, honestly, your top tier players, those sticks never made it in there. Like, if you saw something like a Shabbat stick, like before that would be the best. It'd be like before they get really, really good or famous, like, their sticks would be there for like $100.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
what do you like?
That's, tell you.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, I was gonna say, would you like? I guess those sticks. I mean, they don't really do anything except hang on your wall.
Yeah, you're never gonna use them.
Yeah. Like if you would you bring that as a backup stick if you were playing like some shinny hockey?
If I found the perfect stick for me, like I don't like the stupid curves on them. Just a nice simple curve, and if it's the right density, like really nice light stick, then sure. Yeah. Like what I was about to say was I got a great little kind of thank you gift there from our buddy Philly. I think I told you that before. The stick.
No, you never did.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, when Philly was helping with our team a few years ago in Bantam,
who Philly is?
Can we say that?
Okay. Well, I don't know. Can we?
I don't think it matters. He would probably rather remain anonymous.
Okay.
I don't think he'd want any connection to the modern day Podbean podcast of Cop Car Coffee.
Okay. Well, just say he's a former NHL player, right?
Yeah. Former NHLer. And if the good listener's curious enough, I think they can figure it out based on the nickname I'm throwing out there, right?
Sure.
Philly?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I'll say it again. Philly. Coach Philly was helping us out. So all year, I had a composite stick, I think, to start the year. And for whatever reason, I broke it. Now, mind you, this would have been probably a Costco composite stick. Okay, I probably paid maybe $80 for it.
Right.
Whereas most guys pay hundreds of dollars for their stupid composite sticks, right?
Yeah.
And I was too cheap to replace it with another composite, so I bought a $20 Shearwood. a wooden stick. I was actually super excited to find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found one at Walmart or something.
Nice.
And did those guys rag on me for that wooden stick for the rest of the year, right?
Yeah.
And it was, the only thing that was really bad about it was it did take me a couple sessions to get used to it because it was much heavier, right, than the old one.
Yeah.
So little things, my timing was a little bit off on the odd drill. Anyhow, so fast forward to the end of the year, and we had our traditional parent party, going away, whatever. And if Philly doesn't give me a nice stick, man, like one of his sticks from his I don't know, his arsenal of sticks, collection of sticks, like a brand new stick, like, and he had only been retired, I think, a year or two at that point.
Okay.
This is a $400 stick or more. I don't even know, right? I was talking to a couple guys after who pay hundreds of dollars for their sticks, and they're like, yeah, it's a nice stick. Well, I'm like, yeah, no kidding. Like, and it was it was a perfect stick for me. So I still use the damn thing. I mean, I don't play much, but I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, it was a nice gift.
Yeah. What if you break
it? Was a nice gift because if I break it, I'm gonna have to call him up for another one, maybe.
Exactly. Right? I broke your stick. I'm gonna get another one.
Philly, I need a new stick.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to use that. That would be like, I'd still be using the Sherwood wood stick. You know?
Well, that's the thing, right? It's I'm not much for stuff on the wall. I mean, I could, if I break the stick eventually, I'll put it up on the wall, right?
Yeah.
I'll tape it together and put it on the wall.
Yeah.
Because it's a really nice stick to use, and it
Gorilla Glue.
Like, I just remember, but just going out to the ODRs and stuff, like, I never had a nice stick like my whole life, and it's a pretty nice stick.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things we should talk about that in the past, like,
I thought you were gonna say, speaking of nice sticks.
Well, basically, it is like from I've got a bunch of hockey sticks that I have from like the 70s and 80s that are sitting in my shed at home. And I have I have an old Christian. You remember Christian?
Yes. Yes.
Christian brand. I have one of them is an old Christian brand, which I love that stick. It's got a wicked curve on it.
Now you must have an old Titan.
Yeah, Titan. There might be one there. Like, I know we had a bunch of Titans.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and check. Yeah. But they're all sitting in my shed. I don't want to get rid of them. I don't know why. I'm hoarding. I guess I'm hoarding.
Keep them. You'd be amazed what antiques go for, man. Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, the Christian has a bit of a crack in it. I think I broke it one time.
But seriously, dude, like, no one's gonna want those sticks to use them. I mean, they're gonna want them for decoration and that. They look great in a den, right?
For sure.
Near a TV or something.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I got a bunch of them there. It's pretty funny.
So I'm sensing your warning coming in any minute now as we ramble on about hockey sticks, eh?
Yeah. The warning should come up. The warning should come up now, probably.
Maybe
the warning should have come out a long time ago, but I think we'll do that.
Well, like we always say, the warning should come in probably about 7-8 minutes into the broadcast, right? Right after our main good points are done. But definitely, I'm looking back now, after the F1 talk ended.
Yeah.
After the Daytona talk ended, warning, because I don't think the Podbeanskis want to hear about hockey sticks, and they're going to think Christian hockey sticks, and then they're going to be like, well, what's a Muslim hockey stick? You know, like, it's just going to cause a lot of confusion, maybe. So yeah, definitely get that warning in.
So you think the warning should come in right after the Daytona thing?
If not before. I mean, I personally love the Daytona discussion, but I don't know if everyone will. I'll leave that up to you. You're the producer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So what else? Anything else? Probably wrap it up. Wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Like, how long have we been going for?
Yeah.
It's not that long, but yeah. Yeah. Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about? Didn't you have a whole list?
I don't think so.
No,
I did not have a whole list. I had one other thing, but I know I'll touch on it, I guess. But I want to be sympathetic to the good listener who's battling through all the technical difficulties of our Sudbury, Canada podcast today.
Yeah.
because it's definitely can't be the high quality they expect from our usual.
Yeah, we usually have really high quality podcasts for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me share the one thing. I don't even know if we talked about it in our precast cast or not today, but probably one of the busiest weeks ever for me, or at least in the last 10 years of teaching and stuff, right?
Yeah.
COVID's wrapping up for sure. School's fully on every day. Everything's happening. Like, the only big difference is everyone's wearing masks. But we're super excited to get a big camping trip planned for next week,
right,
which is happening. So we're taking the outdoor ed guys up camping for a few days. So
yeah,
it's been a ton of planning just with them, getting them up to speed and being aware of what the heck they're doing. Because unlike a lot of outdoor ed programs where kids have a lot of experience in it, ours don't. Okay, we have a lot of kids that have never camped before, and here I am taking them camping. So there's a lot of work that goes into that.
Yeah.
A lot of personal planning, a lot of gathering, a lot of getting stuff together. Then there's just the whole regular teaching around that. And then there's two of my own kids playing hockey every day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
It's been super, super busy.
Yeah.
Now, the funny thing, which I definitely told you about a while ago, was we had these windows ordered for the longest time.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
So what happens on Wednesday around 9 something in the morning on Wednesday, I actually get a phone call. I'm right in the middle of teaching and everything, and I rarely get phone calls. So I was concerned. I thought it might have been something important, right?
Yeah.
So I answered the phone. Oh, hi, Mr. Monahan. On and on and on. And I'm like, what is this, telemarketer? She's like, we've got your windows. And I'm like, windows? Like, it's been so long, I don't even know what she's talking about. We ordered these damn windows in March, right?
Yeah.
We ordered them in March because they told us they'd put them in June, which would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Just before the summer.
Yeah.
Cold called out of the blue on a Wednesday in the middle of October. We happen to have a crew that can come put them in tomorrow. Whoa. Tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Busiest week of my life. My wife's working from home. You know, I quickly said, you know what? Yeah. It's only been 8 months. So yeah, let's book it. The weather looked great. Long story short, the windows are in. They look amazing.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe a quick shout out to Stittsville Windows and Doors for a beautiful job. Great crew, but pretty bad on the on the scheduling timing, let's say. Yeah. That's all.
Well, I guess their hands were tied from the manufacturer of the windows and doors, like everything else these days.
And you're right. But here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing though. Like, everybody gets that.
Yeah.
But I think just a little more realism up front. Like, I'm not sure if they sensed our eagerness to get the job done.
Right.
And they gave us a proposed date. Sure, they said, yeah, it could be off a little bit, but honest to God, they said off a couple weeks. You know, worst case scenario, a month.
Yeah.
So the worst case scenario would have been July, not October.
Yeah.
Because then it just keeps snowballing.
Oh, yeah.
But no, you're 100% right. There's such a shortage now of not only product, but workers. I mean,
yeah.
Industry after industry is struggling with stuff now.
Yeah.
I don't know if your buddy Trudeau, who you keep voting for, keeps giving people money for doing nothing, but that's got to stop.
Well,
right?
I heard
people out there working, like, people are desperate.
Well, I heard that that is apparently supposed to stop, I think, by later this month. But then the rumor is that they'll extend it, of course. So
it makes zero sense because everybody's back at it, like everyone.
Apparently
the service industry.
Well, they're gonna continue it apparently. So good luck with finding people to work, I guess. But
But anyhow,
yeah. No, for sure they could have communicated better with you. And I just remember the one thing that you did tell me, just to wrap this up quickly, but that you called them like a month ago, and they were like kind of surprised. They're like, you figured they were sitting around playing cards or something in their shop.
Oh yeah. I'll share that because that is really funny, actually. I just wanted an update, right? I know there's a shortage. I know things are coming from Quebec where they make them and blah blah blah, but there's no communication, no update at all. I just wanted to know well, A, I haven't been forgotten and maybe my windows went somewhere else, you know. But B, just let me know what you're thinking. So I walked right into the shop one day.
Right.
And it's like I caught them by surprise. You got to imagine, right? Most businesses where they do construction or whatever, all their crews are out working. They're the workers, right?
Yeah.
Bust and hump day after day. Yeah. And then the managers are back in the office, you know, assumedly managing and busy as well, right?
Yeah.
But I go in there, the three of them are like, it's just like you can imagine. Desk in the middle, sitting back, legs up on the desk, everyone sipping coffee. It looked pretty relaxed. It looked like that last morning before Christmas holidays sort of thing, right, where no one's actually working, right? Yeah. But this was the middle of August. so they're like, oh, sorry. Did you want us to put our masks on? And I'm like, guys, I don't care what you do. I sent an email. No one got back to me. I just want to know what's happening. Oh, what's your name again? I say it right away, and they're all hammering on their computer. No, they're supposed to be. They should be in, and they're working on the order now. You'll have them in September, and blah blah blah. So it was good. I made them know I didn't want to be that squeaky wheel that needs the grease, but I just wanted to say, hey, like, what the heck is going on? Yeah. Mainly because you drop down $5,000 for a damn deposit for these jobs these days, right? Yeah. And I could have had that $5,000 working for me harder than those three working on their coffee cups. So, anyways, it's all, at the end of the day, I would actually recommend the company, Stittsville Windows and Doors. Because the guys that were out here were fantastic, very personable, knowledgeable, highly skilled. The windows look perfect. And at the end of the day, that's what you're after. Exactly, right? And we're hanging on for the doors still. I mean, the doors still are not actually installed. Yeah. As we learned that there are two, if not only one, actual door manufacturer in the entire country. Wow. Like, can you honestly believe that? Yeah. So the doors are being held up a little bit. But again, they're supposed to be in on October 22nd. So I expect them in around July 2023.
You might have to go in there and surprise them again with a visit.
Oh God. Oh yeah. Oh, I can just see it, eh? The chairs, the feet coming off the table.
Exactly. Coffee spilling over computers, keyboards.
Yeah. COVID masks flying off ears. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man. No, great job, and I'm hoping the doors are in before winter, and whole place will look like a new house from the outside.
Yeah, they look good. Like I said, they look really good.
Thanks. Yeah.
Worth the wait.
It's funny, like there's a lot of. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, worth the wait. We'll actually save some money on the heating bills this winter. I guarantee it.
For sure.
Guarantee it. Yeah. All right, man.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, we did another little tangent there, but that was good.
A second warning. This might need a second warning, eh? Your second warning should be if you idiots are still listening. Oh God.
Joke's on you.
You know what? Yeah. Well, I'll take that back. That's my apology. If you guys are listening to us, we're appreciative. We hope you're enjoying it. And we always enjoy your feedback. So keep those emails and texts rolling in. Yeah. There's a segment we haven't got to in a while. DDT, our listener feedback. I think we're due next week for some listener feedback.
I think we are.
Yeah. So thank you for all that. Thank you for listening.
Follow us on Twitter.
Lots of thank yous. Follow us on Twitter. Cop Car Coffee at Cop Car Coffee. So lots of thank yous on this Thanksgiving weekend. So enjoy it. And we will see you guys next week, hopefully, for episode 4, season 2. That's Cop Car Coffee. All right.
There we go. Wow.
That was one of the more fun podcasts because we sure as heck didn't have a lot planned, and we went some places with that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I don't know if they'll enjoy that, but we'll see what happens, I guess.
Oh my God. hockey sticks and Daytona Beach and
window
installations. Yeah. Just when you think it's winding down, boom, there's a second wave.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Third wave.
Second wind, third wave,
Yeah,
fourth wave.
We had like a fourth wave today.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,